see it or not. I don't think I have it right, do I? There you go. That makes a little more sense. I'll tell y'all a quick story. That MC there was one of my very best friends in the world. His name was Matt Camp. President of the school board. We taught Sunday school together. We were childhood friends. And he got melanoma in 2009, and they gave him 10 months to live. And he started, we had nothing when we started at Gilmer, nothing. He got on the school board to help me. He did everything to help those kids. And we had no money, so he started doing the radio. You know, he was my JJ and my Greg, right? Except he liked me a whole lot more than those guys do. But on my 100th win, he was dying, and he got in a Winnebago, and he came to the game and called my 100th win. He passed away on that next Wednesday. I still have the voicemail. He told me, he said, bro, there's no way I was going to miss your 100th win. I don't know how many more I'm going to see. He said, but when you win number 300, I'm going to have the best seat in the house. And tonight was number 200 for me. So I'm 100 away, brother. And I'm going to get there, right? And his life verse is Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your understanding. And we beat Liberty Ilo in 2009 for my 100th win, and we were losing at halftime. And I told my kids to not do this to me. I told my kids this story last night in the devotion. Hell, they did it even more, right? So Matt Camp's very special. His wife, Deidre, has never been remarried. His son, Cade, is 22, and A&M, and special people. So miss him, love him, and that's why I got that towel here. I had this towel in my office every day on a bat. Matt was a baseball player, died with a bat in his hand, and I keep that bat and that towel in my office. So if you ever walk in my office, that's why it's in there. Questions?
Jeff, how did you get this win today? There's so much back and forth, especially in that fourth quarter. How'd you guys get it done?
Our defense, only allowing 22 yards rushing. They gave us a lot of time to figure out some stuff offensively. I know y'all think it's just football, a bunch of grunts out there grunting, but there was a lot of scheming going on early, a lot of jab, body shots. Phil Bennett's as good as they come. Our offensive staff, we kind of got shook a little bit with the turnover early, and we were like one play behind the whole time. He changed a lot of his tendencies. We were off a play. We just couldn't. The harder we tried, the more we couldn't get it out of our own way. But defense held us in there till we figured it out. Even at halftime, we had ran like 45 plays, had 250 yards. We knew they were getting tired over there. I think we ended up with 90 snaps. We rushed for 250. They rushed for 22. I think y'all know me well enough by now. We're going to commit whatever the hell they do. We're going to try to stop that, right? It was a lot of the Army game plan. And we couldn't stop a forward pass, but we weren't going to let them do what they wanted to do. And I know that could be second-guessed, and that's fair, but I've been on offense my whole life pretty much, so I hate it when somebody makes me play left-handed. What I mean is, like what's happening to us right now. Everybody knows our line is a shell of itself. Everybody's playing coverage and rushing four and getting pressure. And it makes sense, right? Why would you not? They know our line is in shambles. They know how great our receivers are. So it's creating a lot of frustration for us right now on offense. But our special teams was the key. Let's think about it, man. Block punt. We recovered the squib kick. We kicked away from that great returner the whole night. Lucas, I don't know if they ever caught a punt, and we caught all of our punts. I bet the yardage we won on hidden yardage was crazy tonight. And in those kind of games, man, it really comes down to those little bitty things. So I know you asked me what was the key. There's a bunch of keys.
Jeff, what stood out to you the most about that final drive needing to go 75 yards in less than 2 minutes there?
Yeah. I've already been asked on the radio, and it's a great question. I hate to give you guys credit ever, but why didn't I let them score to have more time left? The younger Jeff Traylor probably would have, but 4 yards, what are you telling your defense? You got 4 games left at minimum, and now we got 5 for sure. We're going to a bowl, right? What are you telling your defense? It did enter my mind because I could have had 2 timeouts with 2 minutes, But what are you telling your defense? We're the triangle of toughness, and we're going to wave it? I'm not saying I never will, Greg. There might be an opportunity, but we gave our guys a chance. I thought the quarterback draw call was a huge call by little Willie Stein. Great execution by Frank, and he got out of bounds. And then I guess Oscar got tired of y'all talking about the UAB being the greatest catch of all time, so he just decided to one-up y'all. How about that kid? And again, what was cool tonight, Frank didn't play his best game, but man, he's the heart and soul of our team. 2-1-0, right? Schertz Clemens. Brendan Brady, best game he's played. Cibolo. And my man Oscar, right from the city. I mean, it's a great story. It's a great story. Boy, what these kids are unbelievable. They really are. They're going to kill me, but they're unbelievable. We get in the day off tomorrow, by the way. We are going to honor the Sabbath.
The other play that stood out from that drive was the 4th and 2. It looked like the same call to Zakari that you guys had tried in other 4th downs earlier in the year. What were you thinking there?
I hear you and JJ, y'all's little stories, talking about that stuff. Yeah, today in the walkthrough, we will practice it again. And I said, understand, President Amy and Dr. Compost, they can probably find enough money to pay that 10-year contract off. If I run that same play all again and it doesn't work, it ain't going to be good, but I'm coming to you again, Zakari. I believe in you. I love you. And not only did he make the catch and take the hit, just like Cephas, the wherewithal to get that first down. Those kids couldn't do anything until I started coaching them. They're great players. They're special.
Coach, North Texas came in last week. They had run for 475 yards. Y'all limited them to 22 today. What was the biggest factor in doing that?
Well, Coach Lepp and his staff had a great plan, and our kids played their tails off. Man, those kids are different, man. I can't explain it. I really can't. I can't explain it. It's like magic. I don't know. They just get it done. And I wish I could give you some great answer. I mean, we did do a lot of stuff, but those are really good coaches. You're not going to out-coach Blesh and Clemens and Seth. Those guys are really good. That's a great program. They've been playing football, 100 years? Great facilities, great money. They've been doing that a long time. And for us to come in here and do what we're doing, it's truly amazing. It's all my buddies back home make fun of me by the way I say the word miracle. I used to say miracle, but now I say miracle. It's almost a miracle, honestly.
Coach, you just talk about what happened at the end of the first half with the clock.
That's about as mad as I've been in a long time. We supposedly upstairs inadvertently stopped the clock on 8. So therefore, they said they had to go ahead and put it on 0. And I still don't understand it. I was just trying to beg for common sense. He says by rule he had to enforce it that way. I was just begging for common sense. We clearly caught the ball at 8. We know we would spike the ball in less than 5 seconds. By rule, that means there'd be 3. You can clock the ball as long as you're on 3. And obviously I lost my argument. I hate it when common sense is not used. And that was the rule they gave me. They were put in a bad spot. The clock should have kept running at 8. They said it didn't. And that's why they ran it off.
Jeff, I think you called this a Goliath game headed into this one. You guys come out with the win. Just how big is it in the grand scheme of things moving forward for you guys?
Well, but we're just so beat up. We're just trying to get home. I told Dr. Compost after the game, we're still a hot mess. We're not very good because my players are fantastic. They're just getting some really bad luck. But I told them, I got a million quotes, JJ. Healthy teams don't win championships. Tough teams win championships, and we're tough. I mean, Vinley, I don't even know how he played. He played tackle, he played guard, he got hurt. T. Haynes got hurt, came out. It's unbelievable what those kids keep doing. And I would like to say we're fixing to get hot, But when I got Mackay back and I got Vinley back versus Western Kentucky, we just were rolling for those 3 quarters. It's almost like the moment I feel like it's like I'm being taught to stay humble. The moment I want to poke my head up and go, here we come, it's like whack, 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 whack. There goes somebody else down on my line, and that's just hard, right? Because what's happening, man, is they're playing so much coverage on us now, which is why we're running the ball for 260 as well. Those linemen are getting some great boxes to run it against. My quarterback draw looks good, right? Because it's a light box in there. A lot of cover 6, a lot of cover 8, and we're not getting much 1 and 4 and 0 anymore.
Jeff, along those lines, we saw Rashad in a pretty heavy-duty sling or cast or something. What can you tell us about his status?
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't. We're going to get a second opinion next week, but we think he's done for the season. Shoulder. Happened last week. Just one more shot. Thanks, JJ, for bringing that up.
Jeff, with how many times you guys have been in these kind of late game, back and forth, crazy dramatic finishes in your tenure here, how comfortable are the guys in those moments? How did you feel like they just handled the stretch being what it was?
We never, honestly, y'all probably, I don't know if y'all ever watch me, but I mean, they're a reflection of me. They don't blink. The only time I get upset is when them doggone officials don't agree with me. Other than that, I'm pretty calm over there because it's the next play mentality. They're going to make plays, man. They get paid too. We don't. We like to eat and we like to pay our bills, and both sides don't want to get fired. And this is a crazy business, right? And I'm not saying in any way that Seth or Ren, they'll do a fantastic job. They should keep Seth forever there if they got a brain. But we feel that. Both sides coach hard. But you just can't go there in your mind. You just can't go there in your mind, right? Like I love to tell my kids, I don't know what the day brings, but I know who brought me the day. And that's where I stay in my faith. I just stay there. Because if you get to worrying about all that other stuff in life, it'll crack you now. And I've been there. I've been down that road too. It's tough when you get in that mindset. Freaking God bless and birds up, baby! Who we bringing in here? The mayor of San Antonio, Frank Harris, next?